Hello everyone, it's Kiki, and I'm back with my little buddy. I don't think I mentioned his name last time that he was sitting on my shoulder. It's Kizian, and he is what is called a Drabbit. If you're wondering where Drabbits come from, I adopted this little guy at the Renaissance Fair in my state, and he is impatient. Yes, I'm getting there. Wait a minute. He's a little anxious because I promised a few videos ago that I would draw him with his imaginary girlfriend. She's imaginary. Get over it, man. She's imaginary. She doesn't exist. That's what I'm doing today. Drawing him and his Stop it. Drawing him and his imaginary girlfriend, and that's what I'm doing. So he's very noisy. So I started by taking a few pictures of my Drabbit, just to keep next to me on the screen as a reference point, and then started on a rough sketch for positioning. Originally I was going to have them sort of just sitting next to each other, like one was going to be sitting up and the other one was going to be like rolling on their back playfully. And I was like, what if I had them flying? That would be more dynamic and interesting. So then I changed it, and I'm really happy with how the poses turned out. I did have a little bit of issue with their limbs, because on the statue puppet thing, their upper arm is really short, and then they have like these huge paws, and their hind legs, how they're set on the thing, look like when a rabbit is laying down with its feet out behind it, but they don't necessarily look like rabbit legs. So I kind of had to interpret them in my own way, and I sort of did kind of make them rabbitish in the way that they look. And I'm really happy with it. Trying to get the paws to look the way I wanted to was a little hard, but I eventually kind of got them to look where they're kind of like cute with their claws as well. I tried to make differences between him and her. If you were to actually go to the place where you get the Drabbits, there are tons of different kinds. There are one without wings, there are one with 2 sets of wings, there's ones with horns, there's all kinds of different Drabbits. Some of them just literally look like puffballs with heads. And this is actually my 3rd Drabbit, I think. The other 2 I had got lost when I was much younger, when we moved houses, unfortunately, or my cat. One of them got lost, my cat broke the other one. But I did want to try and make some differences between him and her, so I kept his design like his statue, and then changed her design a little bit, changing how the fluff sits on her. And the length and fluffiness of their tails was something else I changed a little bit as well. But overall, I'm really happy with how it came out, and it didn't take me very long, which was kind of nice. I was actually worried this would take me a lot longer than it did, but it didn't, so I'm happy with that. It has been a while since I've done digital art. I didn't do any digital art for an entire month and like a half, I think, or something like that. So it was fun to get back into it, and I'm glad I didn't lose my touch on it either. And I'm glad I picked this to come back into it for, because it was just something fun and loose and interpretive, because it's kind of hard to take something that's just this statue and make it look like it could be alive. At least for me. Sorry, I keep doing that weird nervous thing. My bad. When trying to pick the colors for the female, I initially had like this lavender, almost pink color in mind, even though I really don't like pink. But when I started putting the colors on, it looked like that one My Little Pony. I'm like, I don't want it to look like My Little Pony, but that's all I could see. So I changed it to like the white and the green that it ends up being. I'm like, this reminds me of something else. And I kept going, and then I'm like, oh, it reminds me of Haku from Spirited Away. I'm okay with that. And I just left it as it was because I liked the color combination. One of the reasons I tried to pick lighter colors for her was just to contrast him, and by ending up with the white base color for her, I also kind of got that yin-yang look with how I had them positioned, which was a nice little extra thing that I didn't initially plan for, but was fun. With the background, I honestly didn't know what kind of sky I wanted. I knew I was going to do a sky, but I didn't know what kind of sky. If they were going to be flying around at night, or in the bright early morning, or in the noon. I did eventually end up going with more of a sunset color, and use that again to sort of offset them having the bright hot sunset on his side and the darker night on her side. All in all, I really like how I got the colors balanced out, and the shading and lighting I think came out really well as well. Instead of just using the color itself in order to highlight, I did use more of a yellow color due to the sunset aspect to highlight them, and I think it worked really well and helped add to the effect of them flying around in that sunset, which I was really happy with. Overall, I am really happy with this picture and how it turned out, and I had fun making it, and I'm happy to be doing digital art again. But as I said, I think in my last Inktober video, I am planning to do more traditional art on a regular basis as well as digital. Alright, you ready to see? It's all done. What do you mean, no? You're scared that I didn't do justice to your imaginary girlfriend. Alright, well, I'm gonna move my hand. And then you get to see, and I want to hear your reaction. Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3. I think he likes it. Anyway, I had fun with this, attempting to translate him into my artwork on the picture, especially considering I attempted to put movement into the picture and he's obviously sitting very still. He's not much of a mover except for his head. But I enjoyed this, and trying to make the differences between a male and a female, just try to make them a little bit different from one another. And yeah, it's the first time I've done digital art in about a month, so it was nice getting back into it. And yeah, I think I commented in my last video, I don't remember, but I'm gonna try from now on to do traditional stuff more on Sundays and digital stuff on Wednesdays. And just because I do want to try and get back into traditional art more, as well as continuing my digital art. So that's the plan as of now, and I hope you'll join me along the ride if you enjoyed it, and just follow me along on my journey. Till next time, bye!